morning. It's another beautiful day and another beautiful episode of today's live here on Equator Vision International. And as usual, we're always bringing you hot, trending topics. Yesterday, we touched a little bit about the 2023 elections that are running here in Nigeria. And we are continuing that topic today again. But today, I have a concern that I want my colleagues and I to help us answer. Okay, so I have Joyce and Solomon on set today.
Hi.
Hello, Joyce.
Hi.
Good morning. Good morning. You guys are looking so refreshed.
Like, you look good.
Thank you very much.
You got the memo today, and I got it too, and I'm happy you did.
This is a setup.
It's not a setup.
No problem.
It's not a setup.
Oh, so when you are
yesterday we got the memo, she didn't get.
So today I decided to ask Prudence, please, what's the memo? Because it's like it's Prudence that is now giving us the memo.
The memo.
Yeah.
We're enjoying ourselves for now.
You girls are looking so beautiful this morning.
Thank you.
What's the secret? Even with this cashless policy, you guys are still
Good.
I think the
faithful,
grace. Oh my
you
God,
know.
the grace in our life is just
You want to tap?
in abundance. You want to tap? Do you want to?
Please take it easy. Don't want to do like this. You have to use one hand. You do like this. You know?
No, it's abundant, so he can do that. No problem.
Okay.
You know, with this cashless policy and what is going on, you know, with the preparation for this election and the rest, in fact, you need it from all angles, the grace, wherever you can tap it, you know, and then full all your drums and your septic tanks and whatnot. Just make sure that you are just covered everywhere with it because we need it.
Yeah.
And besides, that's what is keeping us.
All right. And as we mentioned, we're talking about the 2023 elections. But today I have a problem that I think is, I have a concern that I think is a problem to an imminence to our community, to our nation, Nigeria. And what is that problem? It is thuggery. So we have a certain group of people that are just always there at the beck and call of certain politicians that are ready to just do the politicians' biddings. And what is that? It's to cause chaos during the electoral process. And I want us to talk about it today. I know that we've heard a lot of stories about how thugs and all whatnots, the thugs, the we'll call here, we say, what do you call them again? This I'm trying to get the Lagos term.
Okay.
Agberos.
Yeah.
So you find them, a lot of them will just go to a certain polling unit and then tell you. I actually saw a video of these one time, like, if you're not voting for this person in this polling unit, and it caused a fight, and at the end of the day, that polling unit was their votes did not count. Because their votes were cancelled because of the chaos that happened there. And there are a lot of stories in other places like that that are similar to that. And I think that it is really a problem that we need to address. And that's why I'm happy that we thought of something like this today to talk about this. Because out there, somebody is just waiting to be given a certain amount of money to just go and cause chaos. And I want us to talk about that in details today.
All right. You know, I always feel happy when I do the countdown, like, because it's something that's the 2023 general election is one that's very consequential to us, and more like is going to be an historic election, because more than ever before, Nigerians are aware, are more informed, and are ready to exercise their rights by going out to vote for their preferred candidates. And not just to vote, but to actually protect their vote. Because when you go out there now, everywhere the conversation is about the 2023 general election. So it's worthy to note that it's 3 days, and it's less than 20 hours right now to go. In case you don't know, in case you are still sleeping, wake up. It's 3 days to go. And so have you your PVC? Do you have your PVC? Who are you voting for? Presidential election, the National Assembly, the governorship election, and that of the State House of Assembly. Have you scrutinized your candidates on the basis of honesty, integrity, good antecedents and pedigrees, accountability? Have you known your representatives at all levels? Are you fully prepared to go out there and vote and then protect your vote? Is very key and fundamental for us to take note of this. So it's just 3 days to go. But there's usually a trend, just like you said. Each time election is coming up like this, where people need to decide, there are this set of people, some politicians might just take advantage of their vulnerability and just decide to use them to cause havoc, like in the whole process. And we might call them talks, might call them agberos or whatsoever name you wish to refer to them as. And you know the funny part about most of these people, they don't even have PVC. Like when they are doing the registration, these people they're not even interested in the whole process. They just care about how much you give them, so that they will go and halt every process. Right now with the print. So what will they be doing? They are probably now thinking of alternative means, because they do. And before you know, people will just start fighting. And later on, when the result is being announced, you will not hear your polling units. You ask questions, they will tag it as violence. Maybe violence erupted in that polling unit, and following the new electoral act, it has been cancelled. So we are talking about this so that if people out there, like if you are out there and somebody is already talking to you, that see, on Saturday, I would like you to go to this polling unit or that polling unit. I will give you so amount of money. All you need to do is just go there and cause havoc. Please desist from that and change your mind. And then for you that might be easily triggered, you should know that there are people that are assigned just to come and cause trouble. So when you see them, just ignore them. Like you don't have to, because some of these people just come and they want to start up a conversation with you, and then what should count. And if this election, you don't permit any violent act, so that at the end of the day, your vote will be counted. So that in time of peril such as this, as we go and line up some amount of bonds, just come and cause chaos and then violence and all. And if you're there and you're ready to collect money, just go and cause problem. Please, we're begging you. Say no. Compare it with the suffering that awaits you. I think it's something that you wouldn't want to tear apart. So let's do the needful.
Yeah. By doing the needful is to know who you are, who you are working for, and why you are working for the person. You see, times like this, these are times that politicians don't even mind spending everything that they have in order to make sure they use people to achieve some certain results. And you will ask me, what are those results? The results are in two categories. First, you have your strongholds. Strongholds, these are places that already, probably, maybe that's your catchment area, your immediate community. And then, secondly, where probably you may have planted people that are loyal to you, and then they have reasonable followers that are following you, even if you are messing up. They just believe in you, and they are following. The other one is, where are those areas that I'm not strong there? Then they start the calculation. What will I do? If I do this project A, B, C, would I convince them? Some, they don't care. You can do it. But they are seeing the project. The more they see the project, the more they are reminding themselves that they will not do this election with you. It's not that you didn't do anything. Right? There are some that you will do, you will convince them. They'll be like, okay, no problem. So this time around, let's go with him. Because he remember us. And at least he has done this, he has done that. But to some, they will tell you, at all, they will not do you. So, some of them will now strategize. Okay, if I know that whatever I do, whether I give money, whether I do project there, they will not vote me, I will look for another alternative. And the other alternative is that let the election not work there. So that the opponent that is there, that they are thinking they will give him, will not win. So at the end of the day, they recruit people. People that are idle, people that don't have bearing, people that they don't know their left and right, people that they don't have future. People that in any process, whether they die or they get injured, that is terminal, they don't care. They are ready. They will give their head. And these people, that's when this politicians will invest negatively in them, whatever, just for him to do something. Some they buy cars, give them, buy bikes, give them, to empower them to do certain things that they think it will favor them. So these are kind of people that they will come and then they will use them and then they will give them all kind of illicit drugs. They will support them with it, that they want to make them active in a negative way. Influence of something, working for someone to achieve his own selfish interest. Not knowing that place that you are sending people to go either fight or to disrupt the process there. One, there are people like you, the same blood. Whenever you do, whether you lost someone or you hit someone, the way you will feel the pain emotionally, that's the same way that person will feel. If any of his person is being hurt or he's being killed or he's being injured, he will feel that way. But they don't care. All they are after is the result that will favor them. So these people will give themselves, some ignorantly, some willingly. But the majority, I believe, is ignorantly. You understand? They will recruit them, and then I don't want the election to even hold, because then we are used to the issue of now I begin to understand how the process works, how sometimes they are being robbed of their right of their vote, even if the person that they are voting is not winning, but it's their right. That's what they want. So they feel cheated, they feel robbed. So they send people to either create fight there, so that INEC will take advantage and say that polling unit is cancelled, or that local government is cancelled, where somebody is having a majority there or is having a strength. So automatically that one will not count. So by law it stands because there's a pronouncement until you challenge it in court. So how long would you challenge it in court? That's another thing. Some it takes 2 years before you are being given the mandate. And at that time, maybe it's too late. So they make sure they create that. The other one is to make sure they snatch the ballot box or they kidnap the workers with the entire material. So before they come, it is even late. You will not even see the material. So automatically election will not hold there. So they will make sure they create something negative that will make sure that the election didn't even work or favor the person that they are thinking they are contesting with. So these are some of the things that are happening, but they use people. But now, with this, the question is, where are the children of the politicians? Because they are the ones supposed to be in the forefront, because it's their parents that are looking for...
Very important question.
That's the truth, because it's their parents that are looking for that position. So they should be the one first to be at the forefront. You don't see them anywhere in the campaign.
From the campaigns, yeah.
The only people you see is their wives.
No,
Yes.
mostly you don't even see them, even during the electoral process, you don't see them.
You don't see them. So where are their children? Where are their close relatives? In fact, some of them that they will kill themselves for, even the politician, you find that they are just cousins and whatever. The immediate families are not there.
Well, you said cousins. Some of them don't even know them from Adam. Just okay. So
No, I'm saying if you say the relatives are among the people
it's
that they are,
like
it's
second
not
cousins
the
and
immediate.
third,
It's not the immediate.
second, twice
Yes.
removed.
I'm telling
Maybe people should start telling them when they say, I would like you to just go and disrupt this process. Can you just tell them, can your first son lead
But you see,
disruption?
Yes,
Then
yes.
you get the reaction.
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
it's true. I get where you guys, the angle you're coming from, but you see, the thing is that some of these people that they are using, I would like to use, they are not in the right frame of mind. Some of them are addicts, so you supply for them and then they do your bidding. So they're trying to find a solution to their own problem as well. And then these politicians that don't have their interest at heart are just out there to just get their own interest. They will then use this opportunity. So already you've put your hands into things you're not supposed to do. As I said, maybe they are drug addicts. They're into this substance or that substance, and already the substance has messed up with their mental mind. So what they're thinking about next is just, where would I get the next dose? And this politician comes out, okay, so this person has already used this thing. It's going to be at his own, it's going to be for his own good, because decision from the first place. But that is aside. My point now is that we need to be conscious, as you said, are these people's family involved? See, if you're just somebody who is working, it's not like you're into drugs or anything, you're just loyal to this kind of person, check it. This thing that this person is telling you to do, are his children doing it for him?
Let me tell you, some of the politicians, their children are willing. Do you know why? Because they want to follow the steps of the daddy. I want to follow you. Do you know what some of them tell them? No, that kind of gathering is not for you.
Because they want something good for their children.
That is it. So that means it's even intentional. So if you are saying that kind of gathering is not for your child, it's for who?
Whose child is it for?
That's the question. So like you are saying, helping someone to finish his life. Why can't you help him to get to regain his life? And you are saying you are a leader. You want to contest an office that you would lead people. What are you leading them? Because these are some of the little things that we overlook, we throw aside.
I really like the maths you did earlier on. How politicians see polling units, strengths and their weaknesses. Like, that's where these Togri, bringing out people that would disrupt the process, comes about. Like, they are so good in that mathematical calculation. Like, they will say, with this one, don't worry. There's a way that they can just get one person from each polling unit and they will say, this person will deliver. And I'll be wondering, so the people,
We'll talk about structure yesterday.
don't worry, I'll deliver this polling unit to you. Like, I'll deliver it to you. So the whole of the people that are in that place will deliver the people to that particular person. So
if the word deliver to me, it's like, you buy a package, let me just
I will
carry the
deliver.
package.
Don't worry now. So as you are sitting right now, like people that are watching us, some people are saying they'll deliver you to.
Please don't be allowed there. Don't agree to be delivered.
Follow and send their.
Like, we have some comments on Facebook. We're going to read it shortly. So I think it's important. This election is so crucial. It's important for us. Like, think about it. I'm not saying if we make any mistake, 1 month will be like 1 year, and it's not what we want to
Very
experience. How is the situation now? And then think about it if you get it wrong. So we shouldn't allow ourselves to be used. There are people that I know have gone on social media to say, like, they are forgiving themselves for the wrong choice they made 2015, 2019, or 20-something. They keep calling years. They say, like, a year. Some people even go on TV to say that, yes, proudly. They'll tell you that, yes, in so year, I voted in this particular government. I actually campaigned. I went all out for the government, but it was unknown to me that the person or the government is going to be like this. Will come up with policies that are not going to be favorable to the people, or they start apologizing again. Like, vote your conscience. Vote like in a way that tomorrow when you see that, you'll be proud that yes, I actually did the right thing. Imagine writing an exam and when you go to check your results, you see that you have A's all through. Your joy comes from the fact that you know that yes, I deliberately put effort into this. Do you know there are people that will not read and they will have the A and they will not be happy? Like you won't see the joy. Why? Because they know that it's either they follow some crooked ways or they just copied or something. So even when that other person is jumping, I had A or I got A, the other person was like, you know, he didn't work for it. You get. So the joy is different. So let's be deliberate about not allowing ourselves to be used by some of these politicians to cause violence, to truncate the process that will result to cancellation of results. When we do that, it's going to be really detrimental. You might be out there saying that, no, I won't be the one to instigate, but you're trying to work for another politician by going to this community to look for the talks, to look for the touts that are available, to just use them. Please don't do that. You know, there are people that will go and say, oh God, don't worry. So like I will look for the people that will disrupt the process. So you it might not be you, but you are supporting or you are promoting that in any way. I think it's something that you should desist from. Let's just do the right thing. I don't know, we always sit and admire other countries and wish that our country will be like that, or we keep traveling from one country to other. We are happy to send pictures that we are in this country for holiday, that country. Can't we make our own country like that? I've heard Nigerians say, can't we make it? It's not the president that will just make it. It begins with you. If you vote the right person, then the right person will think right and do the right thing. And we won't have to be running up and down that, where do you hope to spend your honeymoon? Start calling countries, shamefully calling countries. You will not call your country.
State safe inside your country.
Where you went and voted the wrong person that cannot even build one resort.
And you
nothing.
can't even mention states inside your
You
country.
get.
And it's interesting because Nigeria is a very dynamic country.
Like, look
it's
at how
very
beautiful.
interesting. We have beautiful landmass. We have, the other day I was traveling to Makodi, and that was my first time going around to Benue State. But I was just looking at Benue State and I was thinking, a whole lot can be done with this landmass. This is beautiful. I went to a small village and I saw the way they value farming and orchards. The place was just beautiful. And I'm like, this is resource here, ready to be tapped. But we are not ready to do it because
we have
our
so
mindset
many
is not tilted
like
towards building ourselves. Instead, we just want to fill our pockets. And that's what happens. And that's why we have talks everywhere.
When I get married, I'm going to
you just want your pockets.
Sound City. I'm going to live.
Even the people that we are killing ourselves, you know, when it comes to time like this, that we want them. Some of them, let me say most of them, they don't even have an idea. They are just stumbling. They are just stumbling. Whether they are there, they want to go back, or they want to contest now. They are going for the first time. Some of them don't even have an idea of the office that they are going. So they just like the ones that are already in office already. Some of them is just Sintendemi Akali. Like he's just like, I don't know how to.
Please interpret because I just felt like I was the one.
Like I feel like I've never learned Hausa in my life. Or was it a different language you spoke?
Like an opportunist. You are not just prepared, but you just find yourself there. That's why they are even confused with the resource and everything that is there at their disposal. They don't even know how to use it. You understand? Just like what you are saying. Just see the little example with what we. In fact, when you said Nigeria, we are dynamic. You can say Nigeria in summary. There is nothing that we don't have.
I think Nigeria can survive on its own in the world because it has almost everything. But we are not ready to tap and
That
put our
conversation,
name.
we're not ready for it.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying like we're not even ready.
No,
to
I mean the
tap from-
politicians are not ready for that
Yes.
conversation.
That conversation, yeah.
Yes, very true. We're not ready to tap from our resources and put our name on the map. No, we are lagging behind. We just want to go out and get the sympathy of the world. Oh no, Nigerians are suffering. Nigerians are crying. But we have all that it takes here.
Apart from the
to wipe
sympathy,
our
prudence,
tears.
people just want, like the mindset that over time some politicians have is, okay, this is my turn thing. It's my turn to go and
Yes,
embezzle.
very true.
It's my turn to go and enrich myself, my immediate family and all. You go, you steal money, you go to like foreign accounts, you go and save them in foreign accounts, and those people, those governments use that money to keep building, developing their nation.
Sorry
While
to
you-
cut you. I just thought of something.
You have
said.
started. You have started.
Sorry
You know
about
that.
Well, I know you're talking about Togri, but I just thought of it. You said you just steal money and then you go to another country. It's like you're thugs, so you're still thugs. Okay, so the Togri like has levels.
Oh,
So
you
this-
think that some of these politicians are not talks?
I'm just saying this one is just
Senior
a thug
thugs.
in a suit.
Senior talk.
It just dawned on me like some of these politicians are just thugs in a suit. So beautiful
Or in Agbada.
package. Oh my God, in Agbada, that one.
Because why would
Barbaric
you, why
guy.
would you take the money that is meant to develop your own constituency or your own state and then take that money to another country, go and invest it there or go and keep it in one account that you know you cannot tell anybody, you can't, because it's stolen money.
You would die and people will still be finding
You will just die. When you die, in fact some of this body we will not know because they stole it the way they kept the money, because they know it's stolen money.
So, yeah.
There's no, like, they won't tell anybody about it. And the people, the banks they go to save this money know that it's stolen money. So by the time you die, they will, that money, that's how it will just go low. Some of these people use it and develop their country while your own village is without light. Your people are suffering and all of that. So some of these people, that's why I kept emphasizing, who are the people that you want to vote? Who are the people you are canvassing support for? Because I see how some people go on social media, they are promoting certain candidates that in their mind, they know that these people like are only going for that position for their personal interest, looking at their antecedents, their pedigrees, the offices they've occupied in like previous years and all of that, but they still like they don't care because of some promises that when I win I'm going to make you SSG, when I win I'm going to make you PA, I'm going to, so the person will go all out to be convincing, painting black as white. So that people can just, to convince people to vote. Like I always say, beyond what people tell you, we're now in a digital age. You don't need somebody to come and tell you about someone. Make the research yourself. Every information is almost at our disposal. Don't allow yourself to be used to instigate violence or to vote the wrong person. Just ensure that you do the right thing so that all of us at the end of the day will be happy with ourselves and will be proud of our nation, Nigeria. Like Nigeria is a great nation with unique potential. When you travel around this nation, you just see how blessed we are. So imagine that we have right thinking leaders, how they are going to tap into this opportunity. Like the world will want to come to Nigeria. And all of that, but I just don't know why we always think of ourselves, like we don't consider the fact that there's judgment day. Every opportunity that God gives you to serve, you will give account of it. But like I will always say, I don't know how some of these politicians go to sleep knowing well that their people, the people that voted them under the sun, are suffering. I watched a video like this week. Someone made a video, very short clip. I think he's outside Nigeria. Boy, when he was making the video, he was like, wow, this is Terminus in Jos Plateau State. Like, you see the beautiful structures. Like, I was now wondering whether I'm lost. So he was just doing video call that if you're watching me, if you vote this person, like you call a particular candidate, because to him that candidate is going to make turn Nigeria to become that dream country. Like you can picture it as a very beautiful and developed nation. So he's not in Nigeria. But while he was making the video, he was like, wow, if you're watching this video now, well, in the next 4 years, just assume now, in the next 4 years, if you vote this person, this particular candidate under this party, this is how Nigeria is. He just said, so in the next 4 years, this is terminus now, after 4 years of this person. He now said, look at it, this terminus. He now turned again and said, this is, he was calling locations. And then if you see the structures, the building, look at how people, very beautiful. I was just like, I was smiling and I said, well, people can be so creative.
Yeah.
But that's his own way of promoting his own candidate and telling you that this person is filled with ideas and trying to convince people. So let's think in that line. This person I'm voting in the next 1 year, in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years, what are the developmental development that's going to bring? How is it going to make life better, easier for the people? Is this person going to think of himself or is going to think of Nigeria as a country? So it's very important that we think in that line. Like we say, violence is not the way out. All these things that have started, you know, when we start seeing verbal violence amongst politicians, we kept saying that this thing shouldn't be allowed to continue. We applauded the peace accord that they went and signed, and that came with a new electoral act, and said, wow, it's going to peaceful and all of that. Because over time we see that when these politicians start exchanging words, like engaging themselves in verbal violence, their supporters too will tour the same path. And that's where you start seeing talks attacking political parties when they go for rallies or campaigns. And again, beyond those party supporters in here, then it's better it becomes cancelled and all of that. We don't want that. And at all costs, just ensure that whatever you're engaging in is issue. Even if it's discussion, discuss issues. That's the best way to promote whoever you're supporting. Discuss issues, give statistics, take us back where the person, this was what he did. And we should be able to go and search and see it. Don't just see that you're backing your issues with facts and figures. Not for you to come and be ranting and be insulting. It's just like insulting the sensitivity, the issues that we're already facing. So it's better that we want to converse. Let's converse on issues and how to help this country grow. Like the whole aim is to have a better Nigeria.
Yeah.
You see, the bad side of this issue of thuggery is that, you know, for these years, you know, most of them are being used. And then you ask yourself, if you avail yourself to be used as a talk all these years of election, then you ask yourself, where are you now? Are you better than the way you were before? Or you are just stagnant? Then you should know that something is wrong. Because they just want to use you at a particular time, and from there, you're just useless. Some of them, they don't even allow them access to their houses. After election, yes, the whole gates are closed. They choose who to enter, who to discuss with. In fact, when do you even see them coming down to your constituency to even talk? Most of them, they live in Abuja if they are members of the National Assembly. That's it, they are still in the country, you know. You hardly see them until there's one function that maybe you will be needed, and they feel, yes, you will fit in as a talk.
Like, how can you be representing a constituency and go and be staying in another different state or different country? Like, how would you know the needs of the people?
Is it not what we are saying?
That's what we are complaining about.
What we are saying that people should look out for? You know,
and that's
how can
why
you
we
be
are
my representative. Then I see you once in a year, or I see you once in 3 years when you're coming to look for another election.
Yes.
And then the people that work for you, they are stagnant. The talks you use to disrupt certain things or to make life so difficult during the process, they are just there. And then you come and engage them another 4 years. And how much do they give them? 1,000 naira, 10 of them. Like then, they used to attach money to the box. If you bring one box, it's 10,000 naira, for instance. And then that's when they will be
You see how the person will hug the box and be running.
Just for that. And after that, your deal with him is finished. Forget. It's not that he's going to build a house for you. It's not that he's going to buy a car for you and say, okay, put it in transport business. Stop this work now. I think make your life.
Even if you buy aeroplane for you, it's not worth it.
It's not worth
not
it.
worth it.
And you know, I feel like the worst of it all is the fact that we know that family is one of the most important units in a community, in a nation. Everything begins with the family, because the family is the smallest unit. And then you begin to get into fights with your family members because they're not giving you ears because of your talk. Okay, so this politician has come and convinced you. He has given you this certain amount of money, and your family members are still against it because they are probably more enlightened, and they decided this is a better candidate than this person that you're bringing, and you begin to have fights with your family members. So this person, after your election process, maybe 1 year at most, the person would engage you for a year. After the year, he wins the elections and he forgets that you exist. You already have a rift in your family. And it's and it is said that once trust is broken, it is hard to get it back. So already you have caused you yourself, your decisions have caused a major issue between you and your family members already. And you will not even live in peace with your family members because you're constantly alert. Maybe they will think of what I did the other day. Because the previous electoral process, I actually heard of a person that wanted to, she like literally unfriended a lot of people on Facebook because they were beginning to get on her nerves by always insulting her preferred candidates. That's not what election is about. I feel like at that point we have left the toggery from physical one to mental toggery. You're like just trying to attack people. Internet
Terrorists.
You're just causing emotional trouble to people because this person already knows that this candidate is more preferable, and then there's a way you just approach it and then just be insulting the person, and then anger is like one of the I don't know how to call it. It's a terrible emotion though sometimes, and it's a natural emotion. It comes to almost everybody. So already your thuggery is reaching another level. You're not just being a thug physically. You're now hitting at people's mental walls and spiritual walls as well, because some people will just end up seeing it.
Sometimes I think that after do people think of life after the election, after the whole campaign? Like, this is someone you grew up with, so because my choice is not same with yours doesn't mean that you should disrespect me or cross your boundary. Let's respect our opinion. If we need to talk, let's discuss issues. And if you don't agree with me, it doesn't mean I should be angry with you, but let's not bring insults. Most people are doing that on social media. That's why I see when you go to social media, we keep talking about the fiscal Boko Haram bandits and all of that. Some people out there are internet terrorists. Like you say, they keep attacking people's mental health. Like, you insult even their families because they are not aligning themselves to the particular candidate that you think is. Why would you on earth think that everybody should agree to? If you don't bring issues that they should, Joyce, that you can convince them about.
What do you expect? If the principal officers, that's what they do, what do you expect with the
No
followers?
wonder they are followers.
That's just it. Because for how long should we continue in that part? Because it has been the trend. And people are growing. Countries are moving like with the speed of light.
When you see people on campaign grounds,
and on campaign ground, you are discussing personal issues as if Nigeria is someone's property. That
you would watch a debate, a political debate from a different country, and you are not even part of it. You are glued to it.
You want it to continue. You are expecting when next is the debate is coming and with who? Because you hear.
I hope it's not Nigerian issue that is choking.
Sorry, Nigerian issue can choke you from now to. Take hot water.
Well, let me read a comment from one of our top fans, Innocent Karwak Gawen. He said, those who involve in elections thuggery don't in any way like they are not related to their principal. They can't bring their family into, like that's what we said earlier on. Thank you, Innocent, for that contribution. We also have Estefanos on Facebook too. He said very impressive. Thank you, and to all the people that are watching and sending their likes. We can see you. Thank you. 2023 election is key, and I think it matters. All of us should be involved in the process.
Sure.
We have other comments too from yesterday's conversation. It's a continuation, you know.
Yes.
So we have one from Innocent too. Yesterday he said, okay, before then, Destiny joined us from Abuja. We saw Innocent said, keep up. Abigail Anap said, keep up the good work. Innocent said, it's not today we are experiencing hardship in Nigeria. We will get used to it with due time, and we can put our mind positively. It's our banks that are making it hard for us. That's on the money issue that was raised. Well, we shouldn't get used to hardship, I think. So let's get leaders that will make things easy for us. Usually policies comes with pain like that. It's just unfortunate that when you're trying to build, some walls have to be broken. So policies comes with that. Thank you for that contribution. We also have another one, Steve from Innocent. He says, CBN mean well for Nigeria, but blame the corrupt politicians who are trying to paint the issue black, but they can't succeed. It's another chance for us to elect rightful leader in power. Thank you for that. We have every reason to vote the right person come Saturday 25th. It's not just one person. We're going to be voting for different positions. So like Innocent said, we're adding our voice. Vote rightly. Vote the right person. It's key. It's very key.
Very,
It's
very
hardship.
key.
We don't want
Very
to continue. Please, me, I don't want to continue.
Yes, and
Let's vote right.
That's very true. And I just wanted to brush these. So Nigerians have a way of making humor out of anything. In fact, every situation.
You watched that video, right?
No, I'm not sure I watched it.
Because you talk about making humor.
That's how creative Nigeria is.
Yes.
Imagine her
Even in the midst of pain, you just joke about. So I watched a video that one of these comedians was like, hi, Buhari, I love you. For the first time, I love you so much. That so our governors can be concerned about us like this. See the way they are showing love to us. That we had naira scarcity, fuel scarcity. They did not show us love. ASU strike, they did not show us love. But naira, they are so concerned about us. See how they are just up and about that. First time, Buhari, I love you. Now we're getting used to it. No problem. It will pass. Who endure the naira scarcity and all. So he was just talking and making comedy out of the whole situation, but there was actually a message from that video, but it was still in line with that naira policy and all.
I think that it's good that we do find humor because it's good for our mental health. But I think that instead of just focusing on finding the humor, I think it's important that we begin to harness our intellect that we use to find humor in situations like this, so that we'll be able to find the right leaders and the right government to rule us, instead of just finding humor and then still living in distress. So I came across this that said a whole lot of people who are who are suffering are more loyal to their oppressor than someone who is out there trying to save them. And I want to believe it is true, because you find, for instance, the stocks we're talking about today, you would find that they are more loyal to these people who are giving them crumbs than stretching out their hands to accept somebody who wants to give them bread.
It's intentional, sweetheart. It's intentional. Do you know why? Because they will subject you to a problem of 100,000 and give you 10,000.
Exactly.
So by that time that 10,000 will come, you will feel that they are God. But not knowing that at that moment, you want even more than 100,000 that you are thinking to get even from the person. Because if a politician today will make you to go and kill somebody, or to go and wound somebody, or to go and destroy a particular election and they make him win, how much do you think he's supposed to give you? How much do you think that act worth? You get the
for
point.
one, the value
Yes,
of a human
so
life.
that's why they will said at a point I hear politicians said talakawa kaman kaji ne, that masses are just like chicken. So refuse them the feed. Let me put it that way. Refuse them the feed. When they are hungry, just bring small and give them. Like maybe in a process whereby they're supposed to take like 10 measures. When you subject them, then just bring 2 measures instead of 10. Then pour, then see how they will rush. So when they subject you to like 3.5 years of suffering, severe, then few 6 months of election, that's when they will begin to lose up. Then they will begin to come, and then you will think they are doing you favor. All this while, it is intentional. They subject you to that because they feel once they bring the 10,000, the 5,000, that's to sell my PVC. If you know that, yes, my PVC, my whatever, my vote is important. Come, let's talk, my friend. Come, let's talk. I know that my vote is important because that's the reason why you need it. If not, some of them, they will go to nooks and cranny of this country. They will trek, leave their vehicles, because some places, after 4 years of their tenure, they couldn't fix it. But still, they will go there, trek, cross. There is no road, there is no bridge, there's nothing. They will still go there, ask for your till another 4 years. So it's intentional. That's why people should know. Like me, I said, yes, if you want to buy my vote, there's no problem. I will sell it. I will sell it, yes. There's no problem. But let's talk. Let me give you the price. Like now, my vote worth 10 billion.
Somebody will
Yes,
give you.
if you bring the 10 billion,
No,
I will sell it.
I'm just saying somebody
so
will give you in a snap of
imagine 3 million of Nigerians, 10 million of Nigerians that are ready to sell their vote for 10 billion. How much is the politicians going to spend?
Some
Somebody
of them
has-
don't mind.
Somebody
They don't
will
mind,
give you.
But check our register. We have over 93.4 million registered voters. Imagine all of us are coming to vote and you are buying each vote at 10 billion. How much is it? And then you tell me, where did you get the money? That's just it. And that's why do you think they are crying now? It's because even the little money that some of them have, not all, some are using their legitimate money to look for this. And some of them, they are not even looking at it. They are not looking for it because they think is the ultimate, like is what they do in life. No, they have tried other things. They are doing because they feel like they want to serve them. They take it as a life, whatever. That's their business. That's
Life
their
achievement.
to some kind of hardship, and then they get over with it. For how long? Nigeria must work. That green Nigeria is possible. That country that everybody will be somebody is possible. It's possible.
Equal justice will be enjoyed by everyone.
That's how it should be. So as politicians are using you as talk, sit down, reflect, and ask yourself. In fact, let me tell you.
Please, but before
Let-
you don't sell your vote here. Even
No,
if
we're
20
begging you,
billion,
please.
Don't sell it.
Don't sell it.
I've shoot the price to 1 trillion.
Please
Okay,
don't
a
sell
trillion.
Yes.
Even the trillion.
Don't
Okay,
sell
I should not
No,
sell it.
no,
I should just go and
Just-
vote
yes.
my conscience.
Yes, vote
Okay,
your
so
conscience.
no problem. So check the politicians, even those that work for them faithfully with all their mind, their soul, and everything. Like they are not even expecting anything from you, and those people you know that they work for you. How many of them have been neglected? That is the anger of some that they will come and they will be reacting. It's because they work for you with the whole of their heart, and at the end you throw them, you make them to be useless.
Yes, yes. And as I said
Talk
earlier
more
on,
of the ones that are using you negatively. You think they will have your time?
Calm down.
and as I said earlier on, like, this is a really
Haruna
distressing. We talked about it today.
February as well as 11th of March 2023. Please don't sell your votes. If it is not important, they will not come asking you for your number and all of that. Don't give anybody protection. Please go out on Saturday and exercise your right. Vote rightly.
I want to say that please avoid anything that will provoke you to violence. It is very key. It is very important. We want a peaceful environment so that everybody will just go out there and vote his conscience. Please, please, and please, I beg you, avoid violence. And like she said, don't sell your vote, no matter what, no matter how they will convince you. They just want to use you. Don't sell your vote. Vote your conscience.
Your life is worth more than ₦1 trillion. Your life is worth more than ₦1 billion. Your life is worth more than anything anyone can give you, be it diamonds or gold. So I want you to take that to heart as you go about doing elections. How much is your life worth? ₦1,000, 10,000, 5,000? You're more than that. Don't allow them to use you as thugs during these elections. That's it on today's life today.